The MNRC Offroad Racing Series is in its 20th year of operation. During that time, there have been many partner tracks that have made this series a success. This year, another new track has joined the team and will be hosting the series opener for 2022. Southern Minnesota RC Raceway is that new partner. They are located in Blooming Prairie, which is about 85 miles south of the Twin Cities. Southern RC is owned and operated by the Dokken family. They have hired Bobby Moore, from RC Track Masters, to put in the layout for this year's event. Mother Nature did not want to cooperate this weekend and brought Friday showers. This is nothing new for the MNRC. The track owners have become accustomed to dealing with wet conditions. The sawdust has been put down to soak up the moisture and make the marshalling areas safer. Practice will be delayed, but there is always ways to occupy your time. Southern Minnesota RC also has an indoor track, where racers could get some wheel time with their 1/10 cars. I think that many will bring their buggies next year, to take advantage of this awesome option. The ran out of talent guys are here. Joe Czar and Joey Fitzsimmons use the break in the action to crank out a trackside podcast.
It's my spot. So, anyway,
The Paintworks crew decided to get some comments from the racers. About 20 years of champions.
fuck is this not right?
All right, so I'm in here with Tony Slatton, and this is the 20th year of the MNRC, Tony. Can you believe it?
No, it seems like it's only been 5, but it feels like it's been, I guess, yeah, it's been 20 years, if you think about it.
Do you remember I remember when you guys showed up at Park X, remember that track?
Yep.
And Truggy class was just kind of starting to pick up, and I remember seeing your guys' trucks run, and the biggest thing I remember is they're diffing out so bad, and the front tires were like pizza cutters.
Yep.
But yeah, Park X, that was a fun place. We had one race there, I think, just one, wasn't it?
Yeah, just the one. The track was huge. I mean, they looked like gas trucks down the backstretch.
Yeah, that was. Didn't we stand on like the balcony or something of the?
Yeah, it was like a chalet.
Chalet, yeah. Yep.
And then it 40 feet down to the bottom of the backstretch.
Yep, that was pretty insane. When did so Tony, to give you a little background, Tony's the owner, track builder of Loose Nuts Raceway, and you guys entered the series with your track. What year was that?
2005.
2005. So 15 years we've been racing at Loose Nuts Raceway in North Branch, and we're going back there again this year.
Yep, next month.
So
it's always been fun. I mean, been so many different groups of people that have come and gone, and just keep making more and more friends.
Yep. And we got Frenchie in here. He's being kind of quiet and shy. He's currently laundering some money for the cartel.
That's
so
great.
we'll blur out his computer. We'll blur that thing out so nobody can see what's going on.
Exactly.
We don't need to be hunted down. So Frenchie, how long you been running in the MNRC?
I can't even remember, but probably 4 or 5 years, I'd say.
4 or 5 years?
4 to 5 years, but I mean, a series running for 20 years, coming from where I come from, that is not very common.
Yeah.
Even in Europe, or because I ran in France and I ran in Germany, so having a series go for 20 years in a row is really a great accomplishment. So congratulations to you guys.
Yeah, thank you. That's taken a lot of coordination, a lot of people to keep it going. So.
And what's neat is that you get to go to new places. I mean, this is the first time that we come down here, I think.
Yep.
So, and certainly I've made a lot of friends this way. Otherwise, I would have been here in Minnesota being a Frenchman.
A Frenchman.
You know.
Well, all right. Well, thanks for the time, Frenchie and Tony. And hopefully we'll have some drier weather and get on the track soon. All right, I'm here with Alan Smith and techno racer. And Alan, how long have you been running with the MNRC?
I think this is going to be my 6th or 7th year.
6th or 7th year.
Yeah, my first time with MNRC was at Loose Nuts in North Range.
Okay. Can you believe that this series has been going 20 years now?
Yeah, it's a great series, and I fully support it, and I think it's a great thing. So 20 years, make it 20 more.
Well, we appreciate you showing up and racing. I did notice you kind of lit things on fire at the FTR last weekend.
Came out swinging.
Ready. Yeah, I know that I bumped into you before the races and you said, "Let's go racing, boys." You're fired up and
Yeah,
holy
yeah.
crap.
I was ready. I've been waiting. I've been doing carpet over the winter, trying to sharpen up a little bit. I was working with Tor Ott on setups and driving techniques, so he kind of was helping me out a lot over the winter, improving consistency and speed and just more mental stability on the track, really. So thanks to Tor.
Yeah, isn't it kind of interesting how those different disciplines of racing can carry over when you don't?
Absolutely, yeah. It's just everything you do with the controller in your hand is going to be something that's going to help you improve just overall control of your car. So
I remember back in the olden days when we were racing in Brainerd in the cafeteria, we'd race outdoor off-road in the summer, and then in the winter we'd go race carpet on-road, and it taught you brake control and carrying speed, things that you didn't in off-road back in the day. You didn't really care about. It was like turn and pinch it. So
right, yeah, it I'd say it definitely improved my game from last year, and first race of the season showed that, I think. So I want to try to keep that momentum going for this one.
I should add that you know, world qualifier Seth Van Dalen was in attendance, and this MNRC series, there's a lot of talent. I mean, there is a lot of talent. I remember when Adam Drake visited us, Adam and Rhonda, they made the comment that this region was extremely competitive. So
yeah, I think this is probably one of the more competitive regions around the U.S. I know down South California, you know, where they can have an outdoor track year round. That's obviously where the top talent's going to be, but you know, racing with Seth over the years, watching him, you know, go from super fast to world class fast, just kind of boosts everybody else around here and want to try to get a piece of that speed, you know. So
yeah, I would say that we're more hungry than some of those that can race year round, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I mean, you said it best at the opener, so.
Yeah, when we get the chances to get out there and run, we take full advantage of it.
So I've kind of been rude here. We got Joe Dirt, who's joined us here. Joe, how long you been racing this series?
I think around 2017 or 18, I think we started.
So you guys kind of started together, and you're still tolerating each other?
Into it.
Yeah?
We're still doing it.
That's awesome.
We've always kind of been in RCs growing up, and just mostly messing around at home, playing on just makeshift stuff. And where did I start actually racing? I think I went to MMR back in maybe the very late 2014. I started going to MMR, and that's where I just got up on the driver's stand for the first time, and it was a rush, and ever since I just haven't stopped.
Yeah, I don't think people understand until they've raced what kind of adrenaline pump it actually is. So
it's pretty dang cool.
I gotta check out these cars, Alan's cars.
Yeah,
they are looking sharp. Running the block engine.
Yep.
You have anything you want to say about your cars and your sponsors, your gear?
Thanks to Techno, aka and Leadfinger Racing. Thanks to Full Throttle Raceway. Joe Scaramel over at Empire Insurance helps out a lot. And so far this year, the cars are great. There's been some new parts that they've released over the winter. I got all that on my cars, and some of those adjustments that we can make now are, I think, have really improved the way the car feels. So
Well, awesome.
Looking forward.
Well, we look forward to seeing you light it up tomorrow. I don't know what when we're getting on the track tonight. What do you think, gentlemen? You think we'll get out there?
We'll get out there maybe in the next couple hours, hopefully.
Yeah.
The brave souls that want to go out there and get it broken in a little bit, but
Well,
I
let's
think
hope
realistically, when the sun's going down, maybe if they get some lights, we can maybe get out there later on.
Yeah, I'm here just for the social environment, the experience. So,
Yeah.
all right, gentlemen, thank you for your time.
Yeah, thank you.
Okay, so I'm with David Ohm and Chad Johnson, and David Ohm is one of the guys that started this whole series way back in 2002 with a few select people, and he's been part of it for 20 years. Dave, what do you think? Can you believe it? 20 years?
20 years, hard to believe.
Yeah.
Yeah. It started out so we could all go racing at a certain track once a month. And now it's blossomed into this, and it's still 20 years later.
Yep. It's hard to believe that it's people still want it, still want to go join, be part of the MNRC after 20 years of being
But
it.
it's become more, if you want to be somebody, you race in this series. You want to race the fast guys, you come race in this series. It's not everywhere else, it's here. I mean, the other tracks have fast guys, I'll give it that, but you want to race the best, here it is. This is traveling one.
Chad, how long have you been in the series?
5 or 6 years.
5 or 6 years?
So,
So, Chad, where's your son Xander?
he was just here. He'll be here.
So,
He's out running around right now, looking at the track. So, yeah, he's pumped, ready to go for this year. He missed last year a couple races, so he wasn't able to compete for anything.
yeah, yep, that happens. Caden's not here this weekend. He had work.
Work?
Yeah, sometimes when you're growing up, you got responsibilities,
Yeah.
so you make choices, but it's all good.
Nope.
It happens.
So, Dave, 20 years. What did we start racing 20 years ago? What was the main class?
Gas truck.
Gas. So the glory was gas truck, wasn't it?
It was gas truck 100%.
Yeah.
Then after that it became A-scale Nitro Buggy.
Yep.
So,
I think, honestly, back in the day, 8 scales were almost more expensive than they are now to equip and make them actually last. So it was kind of a class, I feel, that was a little bit not obtainable for the locals, but
yeah, it seemed like that. It seemed like they didn't want to buy it. They, buy second hand, third hand.
yeah.
And motors were seemed like they were more expensive back then, but really they weren't. They were cheap. So compared to today's motors.
Like an OSRG for 120 bucks.
Yeah. And you could run it all year, 2 years, and never had an issue with it.
Yep, throw it out and get another one. All right, well, cool, you guys. We're here at Southern RC, by the way, probably close to Rochester. It's the most southern track we've gone to. It's probably, what would you say, hour and 15 minutes south of the cities, maybe?
Yeah.
Hour and 25 minutes.
Hour and 25 minutes south of Minneapolis, and we're going to have a great weekend. Thank you, gentlemen, for your time.
Thank you.
Yeah, well. So, hey, I'm here with Rob Logan. He's one of the guys that has been racing in the MNRC for a long time. How many years, Rob?
18 years.
18 years. So you were back in the gas truck days, right?
Absolutely. Best class there is.
So do you remember back in the day it was kind of a northern thing? We raced kind of Duluth and
Yes.
we went to Hibbing and
Virginia.
yep, and now we're way down at, where are we now? Southern Minnesota.
Way down south.
We're like an hour and a half, well, a good hour for sure, south of the cities. And this is the 20th year, first time we've been this far south. What do you think? What do you think?
It's a good time.
By the way, this is how Rob travels, like living it up. This is style points right here.
I started in an easy up like everybody else. Slept on a cot, eat in a bucket. It's called graduation to better things.
Yep, I remember in the day when we all raced out of our trunks.
Yep.
Right, we all raced out of our trunks, and if you
Out of the
brought
back
a
of pickup truck.
flatbed trailer I had hooked to my car at one point, So yeah, things have changed. So all right, thanks Rob for the time.
Betcha.
All right, I'm here with a couple of the MNRC young guns. We got Xander, Jordan, and July. They all happen to be running techno cars. Can you guys believe that this series has been running for 20 years? Probably this series is older than you guys, isn't it?
Yep, it is.
So Xander, how long you been running?
I've been racing since 2011, I think.
2011, and you are you sponsored by Techno now? Awesome. So you guys are almost teammates, right? Jordan, you're sponsored by Techno?
No, but me and him are raw speed teammates.
Oh, okay, cool. Raw speed, and you're running. What are you running for an engine, Xander?
I'm running just TK motors.
You're gonna run what?
TK motors. I don't remember what they were.
Okay. And Jordan, you're with Ultimate Engines.
Yeah.
July, are you picking up the Truggy this weekend?
Yeah. I run block motors.
Block motors. What kind of are you running? Your dad's new sponsorship tire?
I mean, really just depends on the track. Last weekend at FTR, I ran his sponsored tires.
You want to give your dad's sponsor a shout out? What is that new brand? Ooh, starts with an L. Lugs, right. We're pretty excited to see Lugs tires in the MNRC series now. We'll see how they turn out. So we got 2 guys on raw speed rubber and 1 on Lugs. Should be a good weekend. Hopefully we get some dry weather. Thanks for the time, gentlemen.
Peace. No problem.
All right, so I'm here with Joe Zayer Jr. and Joey Fitzsimmons. You might know these gentlemen from the Ran Out of Talent podcast, and I happened to grab a hold of them to ask them the question. 20 years of MNRC, what do you think? I mean, what has the series been doing right to go this long?
I think a good plethora of tracks, you know, a lot of good options. We run a good race program. You know, throughout the years, you know, you guys have trained me to be a good race director. We have one of the best in the country doing it, Sean Van Dalen. It doesn't, and you know, I think we all like a little bit of abuse from all the rain and all that stuff too, because it happens every round.
Yep.
At least every round.
We can't have a race without some rain.
Yeah.
So, Joe, you come from a heritage of racers. Your dad was a longtime racer.
Well, him and I started around the same time.
Okay.
He started in late 87. I started in late 88.
Okay.
My car was literally clapped out like a mix mash of, it had some Lowe's parts, it had some associated parts, I didn't even know any of it. Probably didn't go together. But yeah, made it work. And that was my first car, and we just drove it to death. And I didn't have a new car until 90 or 91 with the original RC10T team kit. The one that came with bearings.
So NiCads to Nitro, that's the best story I could ever hear, right?
Exactly.
So Joey, you running the Truggy this weekend?
I am. The new truck as of last weekend.
So you running the AE truck?
I am, T3.2.
Awesome. Done any mods to that bad boy?
Not yet.
Not yet?
The only thing I've done is reset. I've put a set screw up in the gearbox to hold the bearing.
Okay.
Although I'm running the new HT boxes, but just a safety thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, we ran the HT boxes last year, and we were actually gluing our bearings in, and you know, those Truggies are just hard on that transmission.
They are very hard.
So what are you running for a motor?
Block.
Block. Okay.
I'm going to be getting a new Ultimate year next month.
Okay, cool. The 5-port?
The new one that's coming out.
Oh, okay, the new 3-port.
The 3-port with the...
Not the MXS, the MTS.
The MS. It's, well, whatever it is, it's the DLC. It's the replacement of the MXS 3-port.
Yep.
I think all these motor companies are learning that it's just better to put a coated crankshaft on.
Yep.
I don't know what
unless you're Nova Rossi and your cranks are hard as granite.
That could be. That could be.
But yeah, well, Joey, how long you been racing the MNRC?
This will be my second year.
Second year? You're kidding? That's it?
That's it.
Well, you've really become prolific at the track for only being there 2 years.
Well, I try to get around as best I can.
That's awesome. Well, you're doing quite well for being a 2-year rookie. I wouldn't even call you a rookie. You put her down on the track. So
Yeah, a lot of practice, hard work and practice.
So Joe, back to you. You got a new venture this weekend. New Nitro driver.
Joe 3 is running his Nitro buggy for the first time. I had him buzz it up and down the road real quick a couple days ago, and Chad's behind me making faces. That's fine. I saw something in his head click, like, ooh, like kind of like, you know, he does other things. He runs an e-buggy on AstroTurf. We've ran clay, we've run carpet, and he likes it all. But it's like, once he had a Nitro car, he's like, oh, this thing's like alive. Kind of like a feeling to it. So.
Well, that ought to be fun. I'm excited to see him handle that Nitro car. That'll be good.
Kind of nervous, but it'll be good.
Well, you know, I like to see these dads suffer. I don't want to be the only dad out here suffering. So
Exactly.
So enjoy the weekend, gentlemen, and thank you for the time. And before they go, Ran Out of Talent podcast. Where are they at? Podbean?
Spotify, Podbean, Stitcher, Apple. Eventually, I'm going to build a studio, and we're going to be on YouTube and Twitch.
And you're #1 in Southeast Asia, or were you?
Malaysia.
Malaysia.
Yes, but we've been charting in the top 250 of overall in the United States the past few weeks, so I'm getting happy about that.
Awesome job, gentlemen. We enjoy tuning in. So thank you for your time, and we'll catch you next time.
Yeah, thank you, Corey.
Sure.
So I'm standing here with Keith Vanderhyde, and you know, I got a little bone to pick with this gentleman. Last race of the year.
Oh, yeah.
What happened at Rick's Hobby Farm?
Well, let me tell you something. There's not a soul that had a Nitro that went for the triple, and I did. And what happened? How about you answer that one?
Yeah, you know, I wasn't going for the triple, and
yeah,
you know, I thought it's funny because sometimes it's hard to lead.
That's right.
And
your leg shakes a lot? Huh?
Well, no, I just got
does.
content. I just got content, you know. So those of you that don't know, Keith was running 40 plus with me, and it came down to the very last lap, very last corner, and he went for it and got by me and tripped that loop for the win. It was an epic race, and
it was absolutely fantastic feeling, but it was an epic race.
It was fun.
It was the greatest one. One of the most memorable races that I've had ever.
Well, I appreciate that.
Absolutely.
I want to forget it.
I think we hugged too, didn't we? I think we hugged.
Yeah, we hugged it out. We hugged it out like the MNRC racers we are.
Yeah.
So I've been asking people. This series has been going for 20 years. How long have you been racing in this series?
I've been probably 5-6 years.
5-6 years?
Yeah. Yep. I guess the longer I do it, now this will be the second year that I'll probably try to fulfill every race.
Sweet.
But generally I just showed up to 1 or 2 MNRCs, just kind of get the feeling of it. But I am enjoying it so much that I continue.
Awesome.
Yep.
So what are you running here? What are your cars?
Well, I'm the Associated B3.2, and I love them. Associated.
Looks like red line batteries. You running that in your buggy too, or you got a? Yep, you're running Nitro AE buggy.
Yep, I'm doing that. VP Gas, maybe they'll sponsor me. And yeah.
Well, awesome, Keith. Thanks for your time, and I look forward to banging wheels with you out on the track this weekend.
I appreciate what you do, man.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Well, there wasn't a whole lot of racing going on today on the dirt track, but plenty on the asphalt next door. The track eventually came around for practice, and even appears to be gaining a groove. Qualifying begins tomorrow, and the weather is looking good. Alec is running the new team Associated RC 8B4, and has been dialing it in to suit his driving style, and of course, the track conditions. He is ready to turn his first qualifying laps of the weekend. Alec hits the track in round 1 qualifying. This round is like a seeding round, and the races will be resorted. You definitely want to have a good run your first round, so it places you in the faster heats for the remaining rounds. Alex's initial pace looks safe. He is not pushing hard, just smooth and consistent. He chose to go out on the Sweep Carbide tire in yellow long wear compound. The track temps are pretty low, and the softer compound should help with grip. His Alpha Dragon motor is running strong and providing good power. The track layout offers some unique features. The biggest jump on the track has a blind landing, and would prove to be difficult to properly judge. The step-up tabletop corner required less speed than one would think. A good approach was key. The rollers in the back were a bit awkward, and were difficult to determine the fast route. Alex's first run would place him in the A group for the remainder of the day. He just needs to put in a couple more good runs to cement his position in the A final. Qualifying has completed for the day. Despite all the moisture the track had consumed, it has dried, and now become extremely hard. Some may refer to this clay condition as bricked or bricked up. A groove has developed in the racing line. Racers were seen traction rolling in the corners. Harder compound, smaller pin tires were appearing towards the end of the qualifying day. Some were even testing a bar tire, but there are still loose sections on this racetrack which those tires are not well suited. It will surely be an interesting mains day tomorrow.
So hey, I'm here with Joe Scaramel and Kelly Roberts here, and we're talking about the MNRC. Actually, Joe Scaramel, mafia leader, Empire Insurance Group. He's got quite a team of racers who have been lighting it up, including yourself. You got a new program this year. What are you doing new this year?
Yeah, I switched over to HB Racing, and switched my motors to Reds Racing.
I see some of your gear here.
Yeah.
Look at that. Clean machine.
Yeah,
and there's his Nitro car up there. Reds.
Yep.
Is that
that's a Truggy, and it's a red
Scuderia
motor. It's a pretty nice motor. Yeah.
So Joe, I've been going around talking to people, Joe and Kelly, and can you believe this is the 20th year of the MNRC?
Wow.
I mean, it's hard to believe that it's been 20 years, and 2002 we started,
wow.
And this is the first time that we've been at this facility, so something new in the 20th year. What are you thinking?
It's pretty awesome. It's a nice layout. They did, unfortunately a little bit of rain, a little bit of a delay, but that's part of the sport. And as far as 20 years, that's quite an accomplishment. And to be honest, I've been racing since '93. Took a long break and lived in this state now since 2000, and was introduced to the MNRC. And in the last 5 years or so, I've been involved with the MNRC, and I couldn't be happier. I mean, this program that you guys run and the companionship that we have amongst the fellow drivers is second to none. I've raced all over the country as well as you and others, and when we come here, it's like visiting with family. It just, we all come together, and we have some great time, and it's special. It really is.
Yeah, Kelly, what do you think? I think that we see each other each month, so I think that the racing, if I'm being honest, is more cordial than when you go out to like a big race and you're just you're anonymous, right? You can bang wheels and you're not going to see that guy.
Yep.
So I mean, what do you think?
Well, I think like I tell people at work, if it wasn't for RC racing, I wouldn't have Canadian friends.
Right?
Yeah.
We miss those guys.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, it's like you look forward to going racing.
Yep.
Because you see your friends.
Yep.
And then if you ever have any problems, they're jump right in and help you no matter what.
Yeah, I think that's probably, happens all over, but I would rather help somebody with a part or whatever. I think we're all that way. Get the guy back on the track because I want to race him on the track.
Absolutely. Yeah, we're fortunate, and we are extra fortunate. We have a lot of fast guys here, and it's been this way for years. And it seems like Minnesota's are cabin fever for a long time, but then we get outside and you can really see the high quality of guys that are here, and you're only going to get as good as your competition. It's been that way in my athletic career my whole life, and we're fortunate that we can hang with some really great people, and we always learn from that, and it raises the bar. So the MNRC is, we're really fortunate to have in our backyard, and it's all about our group of racers.
Yep.
We're lucky.
Yep, I think we are too. I mean, it's a social experience with a group of friends, and we do some good racing too.
Yeah, it's all fun.
So.
Yeah, it's a good time, and I thank you. You put a lot of time in with the MNRC, and you've done it for probably that whole 20 years.
Actually, I was one of the founding members in 2002, and in preparation for this video, I was getting all the old track logos together because I'm putting them in this video. So it was unbelievable how many participating tracks we've had, and yet here in the 20th year we're adding a brand new track, another track. So we're pretty fortunate to have what we have, and I don't take it for granted. So
we're pretty lucky. We're very thankful.
Yeah. So you guys, you want to give any shout outs to your sponsors?
Yeah, definitely HB Racing, J Concepts, Reds Racing, Send It RC, Empire Insurance Group, Empire Racing Team. We really help a lot of guys here. A few others that just very fortunate. Arco companies, all auto glass. My wife, most of all, you know, and she, you know, a lot of time that we're not together, but she loves the fact that we do what we love, and it's really nice to have time with the rest of our guys and our sponsors all along the way. It's really special. We're pretty lucky.
So I know Joe's not gonna do the shameless plug, but I will. So if you're looking for insurance on a trailer, and you should talk to Joe Scaramel at Empire Insurance. I'll put his number up on here, but he understands the value of RC cars and can insure you properly. Not many insurance agents will say, "What, you want $15,000 on toy cars?" Yeah, Empire Insurance, they understand. So check them out.
Yeah,
Kelly Roberts, what are you thinking?
I'd like to probably say thank you to Nemo Racing USA, Agama, Team Trinity, aka the RCProShop.com. And that's about it, you know.
Awesome. I look forward to seeing your Agamas rip out there. You're kind of a, you know, unique egg that's not a very common chassis here, so it's great to see, you know, the variety, if you want, the parity that we have out here, the manufacturers that are represented, it's all across the board, so awesome to see you ripping it up with the Agama.
Yep.
So
yeah, so far I'm liking them. It's second year on them, so I've been happy with them so far.
Cool.
Actually, third year.
Third year.
Okay. First year. Very cool. Yeah.
All right. Well, thank you, gentlemen, for your time.
Thanks, Corey.
And let's hope that we get some better weather.
Yeah.
All right.
We'll get on soon.
All right.
Yep.
Thanks.
So I'm here with KP Rains. KP, I've been hanging out with folks, talking to them and asking them about the MNRC. This is actually the 20th year of the MNRC. So how long you been competing in the MNRC?
This will be our third season.
Third? Wow.
Yes,
Talk about progression. So 3 years, and you're already, I mean, you're an A-main runner, and we all know that the competition in this series is pretty stacked.
Very stacked. Very hard to do.
Yep, we've got, you know, Seth Van Dalen, Kyle Holmberg. They're just some really fast people. I remember, were you around when Adam Drake visited us?
I was not.
Okay, so Adam and Rhonda came and raced with us at the at Moto City, and they said that this region was one of the most competitive they've ever been to. So anyway, KP, who runs Techno, are you sponsored by Techno now?
Yes, sir. We just got our sponsorship this year.
Awesome. And what's another thing that's really exciting, you're the first one to bring lugs tires to the MNRC.
Yes, sir.
So how's that going, and what are your thoughts on that?
You know, I'm actually really liking the lugs tires right now. I got on them at the very end of 10 scale season this year on some clay tires, and they actually were really good. I've been running before that in 10 scale. I was running a lot of the Pro Line Positrons a lot, and ellipse here and there with the J-Cons. But I switched over and got a sponsorship from Lugs this year, and they've been really nice to me. They were quick. As soon as I sent in the resume for them, they got back to me immediately, like within hours.
Wow.
And I was super excited about that, and I'm really liking the tires a lot.
So I had seen some of your stuff this winter, the clay stuff you're running, and it was pretty exciting to see the new. I mean, I don't want to, you know, poke at the big manufacturers, but I think it's great that there's Jetco and there's Lugs, and so we have sweep tires here, and I've seen Pro Circuit tires now. You know, all these other brands are kind of floating up, but what do you think is the cause of some of that, or what is it? Is it the demand, or what's going on?
I would personally say probably demand. Hard to get some of the bigger tires. I mean, every time you want to try to get a set of them, they're always gone. You can't find them. All the faster guys that are running United States wide, national, or just buying them up or getting them for however they're getting them, and we can't ever get our hands on them. So I was pretty happy about this because I can get them whenever I want them most of the time. I place an order and they're here within a week or two, and I have tires.
That's awesome. So what are you running out here today at this track?
This morning I went out on a TQ in a blue-yellow compound, which is a resemblance of a little chaser maybe. You can, it's a good tire. It's maybe like a triple D or whole shot. I don't know what you would call it, but it was a really good tire. And then as the track got really hard like concrete, I switched over to a Proto Z, which resembles a lot of a Reflex, and I switched into this is a white compound. I haven't been on a white compound yet, but I was on a white-yellow compound, so this would be more like a super soft long wear and blue-yellow, and the white-yellow would be like a soft long wear.
Okay.
And I'm really liking the Proto Z right now, so.
They look fantastic.
Yes, sir.
So, and I saw you earlier today. I followed some of your laps, and your car looked pretty stuck. I mean, I've taken some footage of the track. People will see it in this video of how it progressed from a mud pit to what we had at the end of the day. That the end of that sweeper is like paved concrete. I mean, it's unbelievable. So.
Yes, sir.
All right. Well, thank you for the time, KP. Do you have would you like to thank any of your sponsors?
Yes, sir. I'd like to thank Techno RC, Lugs RC Racing. I would like to also thank Avid Bearings, VP. I'm not sponsored by those guys, but I do really like their bearings and I like their fuel. I'm sponsored by Sendit. I'd like to thank Sendit RC for the servos. I'd like to thank my wife in there because she follows me everywhere I go with RC racing. She's the coolest wife ever. And she could tell me no if she really wanted to, because I spend a lot of money in this hobby. And we really enjoy it, and thank everybody.
Yep, she's quick on the fuel guns too.
Yeah, yes sir. And I want to thank MNRC too, because without it we wouldn't be doing what we're doing right now.
Well, we appreciate it. And we appreciate having you at the races. You're always fun to be around. So.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Thanks.
Awesome.
All right. So here with Alec Hins. It's been racing since when did you start racing MNRC?
I started racing MNRC back in 2009. Would have been 8 years old around the time. 7, 8, around there.
You had a pretty good year?
I don't really remember much of it, but I just remember that it was super, super fun going to the track and hanging out with, the other kids my age. We were all running Sportsman, Nitro Truggy at the time was like the thing. It was a fun thing to do, go hang out and have fun,
So how do you feel this weekend? Going solo with your dad, no Caden.
It's the most interesting thing has been the amount of people that have approached me saying, "Where's your brother at? Where's Caden this weekend?" I'm like, I don't know.
He's
making
at home. Tacos, selling tacos.
Yeah.
I'll say that. We both just ran one class this weekend, and it's been somewhat more relaxing. It's been fun, so it's a good change. No offense, Caden. We'll catch up with you at the next event, but it's been a good day. So, all right. Well,
I got you.
Good.
So the MNRC was started back in like 2002, I believe. For as long as I've been racing, I've been competing at the MNRC events, and I'm 21 years old now. So it's like. It's hard to imagine racing in Minnesota without it, I hope it continues, and as long as it's around, I'll be racing in MNRC.
Cool. Yeah, I hope it's been, from my perspective, it's been 20 years of work, and with some help, we can keep it going. So, all right, man. Good luck tomorrow. Rip it up.
Thank you.
It is main day at the Southern Minnesota RC Raceway, and Alec is ready to go. His RC 8B4 is prepped. New TRB RC bearings in his clutch. A little Torco Nitro in his tank. and an Alpha Dragon 4 just waiting to be let off the chain. Alec has also chosen the sweet pixel tread for the hard, grooved racetrack. Hops is running the pits for this race, and will be using their new ultimate fuel stick for their stops. The drivers pull out for their warm-up and sighting laps. Alan Smith quickly returns to pit lane to change tyres. Hopefully these will be more to his liking. Kyle Quast is content with his car and chooses to shorten his practice and wait for the call to grid. Alec will be starting 9th on the grid. He will need to be patient. The first corner is the lead up into the big double, and could be unpredictable with 12 cars at the start. Alec has a pretty good start and moves forward 1 position, then makes a quick inside move on Jeremy Whiting to move into the 7th.
Nice move.
Brody makes an awesome save from a traction roll, but opens the door for Alec to move into 6th.
We can't hold it. Another move. All played to the inside. Kyle around the outside in the groove.
Yeah, if you and Greg can put your head down, because Brody's pulling away a little bit.
Alec was having a great run, but unfortunately shortly after his pit stop he would jam a rock on his flywheel, causing his engine to stop. Corey quickly gets him started, but he would drop all the way to the back. An unfortunate event, but is just part of racing. Alec would complete the race in 12th position. Corey checks the engine temp after the 30 minutes of running, and it is right where it needs to be, maybe a little rich yet. All they can do now is take what they have learned with the new car and move forward to the next event.
Not a problem there. I'm heading back to the trailer.